Voters have been writing and saying that we want a coalition. It is this coalition that is going to mobilize a good number of persons, because in economy there's what we call a push and a pull factor. A pull factor is that factor that attracts somebody towards an idea. And this pull factor, let me land. I
told you about the 8 types of coalitions we have.
We'll call whichever types of coalitions.
There are 8 types of coalitions.
Mutagha, let me land now.
And you know that in terms of strategy, strategy cannot be unveiled when the time is not yet come.
Let me land. Whether you call it 9 types of coalition, in the streets of Gogomenduka, in your village, in my village, in Kruku village, and whichever area in Cameroon, one thing is center. The common man understand coalition in the fact that this party and this party leaders come together because they share one common vision. You and Paddy and share one common vision: high cost of living, low standard of living, electricity, poor roads, poor infrastructure. Those are the things. Whether you like it or not, you agree on that. All of you agree on that, but you disagree now on the way.
We have a common
problem. So the coalition is making people to understand that party have the common problem. We have a common problem. Let us come together.
Yes, and we differ in the
agree the methodology. But the issue is the common man want to see that you people agree on the common problem. Because one thing. See, this is Mr. Kum. This is what is happening. This is what is happening. You know, for the past 30 years or so, the members of the opposition have been accusing President Pobia of not listening to the people, and they are committing the same fallacy. They themselves are committing the same fallacy. If you go down to the street, even on this program, if you read the messages when it comes to the aspect of coalition, inside the 100 message, about 89 to 90 will talk about coalition. I was explaining the pull and the push factor. The coalition in this case, it will act as both a pull and a push factor. Mind you that in 2018, it was only about 3 point something million people who voted. Of 6 point something million eligible voters who registered for the election. And there are people, we are celebrating 8+ million. There are people who did not register because they did not see the need based on coalition. That coalition will be a push factor for these people to come and register. There are people who have registered, but they are just waiting for the fact that when a coalition is announced, they will come and cast their ballot. Who may not come to vote because there is no coalition. What? No, I am talking about empirical research. You are a researcher, Mutagha. Go on the field, and these are primary data we receive on a regular basis from viewers who tell you that I will not vote if there is no coalition. I will register. I am waiting for a coalition. And whether you politicians stay here and say this one is fire, this one is crazy, it was the same issue that brought us to the Anglophone crisis. When Fona Chirimbi was talking about the fact that this French Cameroon is water, why this one is fire, the same issue we as here. We share one common problem, and the man in want to see that SDF, MRC, whether you call it center left, center right, at this point in time, we, like somebody explained, we have a major issue. Let us resolve that issue before finding a pathway forward. You cannot construct when you have not actually see how you can push away the problem and sit on the table and discuss. What you people are doing as political stakeholders now is that you people have decided to allow Cameroonians to be in the misery, in the poverty that they have been to, based on your private and political interests, because there is no way you tell me that you don't see the same way Mutagha is seeing things based on the reality on the ground, and there's no way Mutagha will tell me that he doesn't see the same problems that you share. You share one common problem, like you said, methodology differs. So that's why some may take content analysis, some may take qualitative survey, some may take qualitative and quantitative. Methodology differ, but that methodology must lead us to one common goal. And the common goal that Cameroonians want to see is that are their taxes reduced? The common goal that Cameroonians want to see is that are their roads being constructed? Are their politicians accountable? Is Article 66 of the Constitution implemented by the Declaration of Assets? That is the common goal. Whether you use which kind of methodology, there are 3 roads or more to go to Bamenda. The idea is that you have arrived in Bamenda. Whether you go by air, by land, by sea. And that is what the common man is seeing now. That believe in you people and know that you people are the redeemer. If people refuse not to redeem, the same attack that we have been having in 2018, we all will be in the same traffic. We all will still experience the same thing. Whether you attack each other, go front, go back, we must keep away this attack and see that we have like there's something in negotiation. My enemy to your enemy is a friend. let us come together, resolve this issue once and for all. Let me tell you, the CPDM is forming its coalition. Why people are arguing? The CPDM is forming its coalition. Donald Trump formed a coalition. Donald Trump came with Tulsi Gabbard, who was one of the presidential aspirants in the Democratic Party. Donald Trump came with Frankie. I want to give you examples.
No.
Peter Obi. Let me come to Africa. Peter Obi, Labour Party, went into coalition with other smaller parties. The same Kenya, President William Ruto went to coalition. Go to Ghana, John Mahama went with coalition. Every nation we see, they go into coalition. But we don't see that in Cameroon. When it comes to Cameroon, they tell you that our case is different. Our case is never different. Our case is only different when politicians want to put money in their pocket and want to lobby for their own interests.
Okay. Now, Professor Maurice Kamto is expected, he's coming back on the 8th. Is there a program for a grand reception?
I have not spoken yet.
No.
And
no, come in.
Yes, because when you gave him the mic, he started witch hunting. I don't know if he caught your attention by accusing political parties for collecting money from the CPD and that they give them bags of money. That Professor Maurice Kamto, the MRC, is not going to collect money because they believe in the tontine, as they call it in their jargon. Good. Mutagha, do you know late Honorable Soblazar? Do you know late Honorable Soblazar? You are a member of the CRM, right? An advisor to Maurice Kamto. Good. I am not a journalist. Get it now. I'm not a journalist. He will ask the question when his time comes. Now I'm saying this. Soblazar was the lone parliamentarian that the MRC has ever had. Do you know what happened?
What has that got to do with the question?
Listen. I want to respond to you, who was accusing other political parties. I'm talking to you before I pick up his question. So when you say some of those things, mind you, no, I have to respond to you to tell you that Maurice Kamto is asking money today from the other people. Maurice Kamto, listen. Maurice Kamto is asking money from Tontina today because he has nobody more in parliament or in councils. He should tell you that and you stop deceiving people. That is the reason. So they asking money, and then you accuse other political parties.
The SDF is also raising funds.
That's the question.
Yes. Yeah. So you accuse other political parties that they give them bags of money. What did Soblazar and the 19 councillors that you lost because of this foolishness of your leader?
No, please, so
that is it. That is it. So when you come and sit here and think that you can accuse anybody as it is in your fabric on Facebook and whatever it is, there will be people like us to give you the adequate response. So, Mr. Leo, come to your question.
Yes.
You have forgotten. He just had a question and you beat around the bushes and forgot the question.
No, please. Paddy.
Yes, sir.
Can we just stick to what I'm going to ask you now?
Thank you.
Yes. It has to do with what other opposition parties should be doing. Should they learn from what the Professor Maurice Kamto has done to start mobilizing? It is true. National chairman is on ground doing something. I saw him. He was in Loom. He was in Buddha.
Yes,
you people were even in the Northwest.
Yes.
Yes. But is it also very important to engage these European tours?
You see, the political scene is not new to us, the SDF. And we know where the voters are. The voters in agglomerations, they are the loudest, but the ones who participate the least. Now, when you want to re-galvanize for a electoral year, with a prolonged electoral year, you go and activate your base. That's what every politician is doing now. Every politician. So if you see some politician going to New York to start his campaign, they know that that's where his base is. If someone is going to Hong Kong, that is where his base is. For us within the SDF, we have toured this country with the chairman 20 times before his death. So we know what it takes. And our highest result, the most successful time I think that was 2011, 2013, when we, out of 26,000 elections observers, we had 11,000. That score has never been beaten by anybody. And our honorable chairman, Joshua Osi, is actually going now on the field to make sure that we have more than what we had before. Because after doing that autopsy, we have noticed that where the ballots are jam-packed are not in Douala, Yaoundé. They are at the, when it comes to universal electoral storage, it is at the suburbs where they jam-packed because they compile it. It's one man. It is the election of everybody against one man. So when they compile all this thing, you can have, you can divide your votes here in Douala. But when they go to some places like Mora, where it's only the CPDM, and they tell you that Mr. Biya has had 50,000 votes. They go to some other remote area, they give him, that is where the fraud actually takes place. So people are actually activating their bases. Maybe some people think that with 10,000 votes in one city somewhere in England, you would, they are at the suburbs. You have to win, to beat the system. It is at the grassroots where the locals, this person, they know themselves, and they will not allow the voting centers only at the hands of the CPDM. I just gave you a statistic, and it is existing in our archives. So after studying that dynamic, the NEC has taken upon itself to do the first tour. They will do a second tour, and then they will start sending what you saw us did in Paris, training, doing university training, or we call it summer university, to educate the people on our political program, what is federalism, what is the difference between what we stand for and what other political parties stand for. Then what vision do we have, our immediate, long-term, and then the projection. Because to construct this country, we have to start thinking about the new citizen. That is to say that the children that we are sending from nursery school to primary school, in 30 years, what should be their software? How should they be thinking? That's how we project. And our vision is very, very different from sporadic political parties that just think that they want to take power and then start distributing money to their friends who are in prisons, or people who have been contributing money to them and all that stuff. So it is a very good move that everybody should go to his base. We are going and animating our base. Some people have their bases in France, others have theirs in London, and so on and so forth. And it was a very brilliant move from the directorate or from the NEC to go back. And you want our constitution is going to be changed again. I'm just giving you that primacy. It's going to be mandatory that every 26th May, come what may, we are in Bamenda.
Okay.
Our matter shall never be forgotten. So that I'm just giving you that one as a priority, and that is what we of the base. You know, I don't belong to any bureau of the SDF or whatsoever. So if anybody thinks that they are going to write a letter for me to be sacked against write the letter to the grassroots in Abakwa, sack Paddy Asanga from the SDF, signed by Mutagha. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to be drawing the curtains for tonight's edition of the program. Thank you for coming, Mutagha.
Thank you, Mr. Kum Leonard. Before we close, you wanted to know when Professor Maurice Kamto will be back. I said he will be back on Saturday, and by 9 a.m., militants who are in the nation's political capital, Douala, and sympathizers who want to welcome a hero that has been there, and he has never relent to say when injustice become law, resistance become a duty, because we have been fighting that the electoral system that is in place should be reformed. And after having fought that the electoral system should be reformed and the regime doesn't want to do it, we say, okay, we have schooled our militants on how they have to register massively, they have to vote, they have to watch over the vote, and they have to defend in case the votes are stolen. So Professor Maurice Kamto will be coming on the 8th. We will be there all at the Douala International Airport to welcome him. Federalism is part of the CRM program, and Professor Maurice Kamto has said it emphatically that the centralized system is what has caused a lot of grievances. He has caused a lot of tension and a lot of bad governance and mismanagement of funds to the detriment of the development of the rural areas. We think that government should be in the hands of the people. Then they should be able to manage their local resources for the common good of those who are contributing day in, day out to the economic development of that place. So federalism is part of the CRM governance, which was reformed, and part of those who sat down for the reform before the third ordinary convention that took place over the 9th to the 10th of December 2023 at the Yaoundé Conference Center. So thank you, Mr. Kum, for inviting me. We think we've been up to task. If we weren't, tomorrow is always better than today.
Okay, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. My real cool call will go for the members of the different opposition parties. Please, Cameroonians have suffered, and they need that every force should be towards coming together and seeing how you can respectfully disagree and solve the problems facing Cameroon. Cameroonians don't care whether which one is right, center, backward, upward. What they care is that we should focus on providing solutions to electricity, water supply, road network, adequate healthcare system, a good educational system that can cater for the need of Cameroonians, and above all, the resolution of the Anglophone crisis, which is very, very, very much primordial and the main problem, one the top on the list of any candidate to resolve, such that the nation can celebrate its cultural diversity, specificity, and its uniqueness.
Okay, thank you, Paddy, for coming.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Kum Leonard. It is always a pleasure to come on your platform. And I am also glad to get that scoop from my friends Mutagha that the MRC has now reformed its statutes to join, to follow the way paved by the SDF. So when they will do that, maybe he becomes the president of the CRM, or my friend Christophe Andong, who are all Anglophones. And by that, we might get somewhere, because we know that they have it in their fabric. At the beginning of our discussions, he was talking about the federal constitution of Fumban, but he never knew. I don't know that it was not clear to him that the MRC, before joining the MRC had nothing in its DNA. So we are waiting to see that reform statute, and then maybe from there we'll start talking. But as of now, they are a far-right political party that don't believe in federalism, and you just betray to us now.
Instead of selling the SDF
no, because program. My good friend Javis
come
just
to the
spoke of
TV and sell the SDF
he just
program.
Talk of a coalition, and we are sending you we are tending you a hand.
Are you new to the fact that the CRM has federalism in its program?
Well, I have never known,
because whosoever is not informed is deformed.
Because we are talking about the DNA, that is, you change your status. It's not just a political program, but with statutory, it should be mandatory.
The program has
so
been revised.
Thank you, people in Bamenda, Abakwa Boy, Muna hold and tight. The one name for Hamburg, Una hold and tight. All Bamenda people, the way they did for Yaoundé, for Douala, me una no say, now the time this way, Anglophone to go be president. We no can for accompany Francophone the all time. Thank you, bye-bye.
Well, that is not part of what My Media Prime stands for. We are a TV that stands for all Cameroonians without consideration of age, sex, ethnicity. Or we are a Republican TV. So thank you guys for coming. We also want to thank the production team, Eli and Desmond, and to you, Tabi, Tambe Brian, for supervision. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.